purposes. And so, if you're hearing anything else that contradicts that, then don't believe it. Because we do have some destruction coming here to America. I've been, saying over this past several months, this nation is under judgment and coming under judgment, and it hasn't changed. Listener call-in line 260-356-2611 if you want to call in. I don't know if there's somebody. I know people were calling before the show even started.
I cleared the lines.
If you want to call in, you can call in now.
I cleared the line, Sherry.
Okay. So that line is 260-356-2611. Another thing that he gave me, and I wanted a short word he gave me, my child, the time is coming when man will lift up sword against brother, nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. Many don't understand the times. My people are those who call me by my name. The Israel of the past called me by my name. The Israel of today calls me by my name. America is Israel. They are my people. They are those I blessed above all nations and yet allowed for the tares to suffocate the wheat. And now this nation is under judgment from me. Your leaders think they can mock me, that they can defile my name. They will deceive many with their mockery, but my strong ones will stand against them and be a witness to the world of me. Many of my people will not follow them, and many will die as martyrs. Stand in me unto death, and you will be rewarded a crown of life. Fear not what man can do to the body, but of me who can cast a soul into hell. I love you, child. Lead them back to me. And so basically, folks, he doesn't see any kind of revivals coming, any kind of kingdom mandates where we're supposed to restore America for his coming, because it's not the coming but judgment and destruction. And he's not waiting on us to restore earth, to establish his kingdom on earth. And all those are false theologies, they're false doctrines and errors. He's not waiting on us to establish his kingdom on earth. He's going to come here and destroy America. He's going to destroy this world, and then he's going to create his 1,000-year millennial reign on earth. And so anything before then is conditioning and preparatory garbage from the channelers and the Anunnaki who channel through people and use them on the internet as to prophesy falsely in his name and give out false prophecies. And you can look on the internet, and there are a dime a dozen. And so I'm just warning you, because nothing he does is going to contradict Scripture. And you can read in the Book of Revelation. I don't see any pause from the time the first seal is opened to the time he comes that there's some great revival going on. All I see is a lot of death, destruction, and the role of Satan here. Listener call in line 260-356-2611. Give me a call. This week I was reading an article on thousands of missiles being fired by Russian and American forces over the Earth's Arctic regions. And this was reported at IndiaDaily.com. And what's really funny about IndiaDaily.com is that they're just going out and reporting things that no other country will. And the United States and the Russians and everybody have been sending people over there to try to intimidate them to be quiet about the things that they've seen and the things that they're writing. And they're not being intimidated. They're going ahead and writing exactly what they want to say. They've already told the world that there's aliens working on their own soil, building bases in their mountains. And so India Daily has been coming out with a lot of things that you're simply not hearing from other governments. And what they reported on this week is that there was strange behavior going on by the American and Russian forces in the Earth's Arctic regions, and that completely unannounced, both the superpowers were launching thousands of missiles from both land-based and aircraft-launched missiles directed out of the Earth's atmosphere into the outer space regions of our planet's atmosphere. And so what our government did was file some phony excuse that they were conducting missile defense war games. But the IndiaDaily.com questioned that. They didn't believe it. The UFO researchers at Indian Daily believe that the forces, both the superpowers were jointly fighting against some kind of UFO alien forces in the Arctic regions. And so, it would be interesting to know, are they trying to prevent, UFOs from entering into our solar system or alien ships? And I don't know what they think they're going to do, knocking them out with missiles. I know that over the Tibetan mountains and the Alps, the ETs have created vortexes, and they've made vortexes all over the planet to prepare for the Day of Declaration, where they're going to reenact the second coming of Christ to Earth and use holographs and have Christ descend to Earth. Not real sure how they're going to, if their Day of Declaration is going to be the same thing as Blue Beam operation that we're familiar with. We know the Day of Declaration that they had said would be carried instantaneously global around the world, and that every television set in the world would carry their announcements, and that Matria would speak on television, and basically at that point everything would be stopped because all of the television networks itself would be focused on Matria's live television appearance. And so you go from this worldwide hostage of media networks to everyone is stuck watching Matria or turning off your TV to all of a sudden yesterday just, some kind of first contact being announced through CNN. And so I don't know. I don't know if somehow they were going to manipulate all of the world's media networks just from CNN or what they were planning to do. And the reason I even spend a lot of time on it is because they will do it eventually. I mean, I never saw it for the month of April. Maybe they just grab attention, grab hold of the media networks and start announcing things slowly. And then next month, in the month of May, announce Nasera or whatever, because I've always seen it for the month of May. Never seen it for the month of April. And so I'm not saying it couldn't. There's always a code somewhere that would probably show April in it. But for the years I've been looking at it, I've just never seen the month of April as a dominant month for Nasera, or the coming of any one of those Anunnaki freaks. And on my website this week, or just today or yesterday, on my blogger for Nasera, we came up with our own acronym for Nasera. I thought it would be fun to have our own. Let's see if I can pull it up and I'll read it to you. For NESARA, Non-Essential Snake and Rat Act, or never even showed a real arrival, or never even spoke a real announcement. Those are some of the acronym names we came up for as Nasera. Get our own little version of Nasera. Listener call-in line 260-356-2611. Let's see, I was reading from Sarcha File this week, and she's a Russian. I've mentioned her on my show before, Russian journalist, and kind of like has worked in intelligence or keeps in touch, tag on intelligence agencies around the world, sees what's happening in different countries. And she has reported that 10,000 Americans have been detained. And she's reporting that a mass arrests continue in America, and that Congress is on a push to try to implement laws to label political dissidents here as mentally insane. And I just haven't noticed. I mean, I'm sure if there was some kind of mass arrest going on, somebody on the Internet would be saying something about somebody missing. And I don't know of anybody who knows of anybody that's missing. And we know that, they've always